Hello my students, hope you all are fine. In today's video, I'm going to talk about girth measurement which is used in physical therapy assessment. So let's get started with the topic. I always prefer to write definition first regarding the topic. So here is the definition of girth measurement. Girth measurement are circumference measurement at standard anatomical sites around the body or body parts. The simple measuring tape is used to measure body circumferences. Now let's see the uses of girth measurement, why it is used in physical therapy assessment. So the first is to estimate body composition, to provide general representation of body fat distribution and subsequent risk, to measure muscle mass, girth to find out presence of any muscle hypertrophy, atrophy or muscle wasting, to quantify changes in muscle with specific training, for example resistance training, to measure the amount of fluid in case of edema or effusion by comparing with the normal side. These are the advantages of using tape for girth measurement over other techniques like use of skin caliper. Use of tape for girth measurement is easily learned, quick to administer, tape is inexpensive in equipment needs, and it is relatively accurate measurement. There is no known disadvantages of girth measurement except some patient may feel embarrassing while testing as it requires to expose the tested body part. Now let's move towards the techniques of girth measurement. Equipment required for girth measurement are flexible measuring tape yet inelastic, pen for marking on skin, and paper for documentation. Now the method. The subject should stand straight or erect but relaxed. The site to be measured has to be marked with pen. When recording, make sure that the tape is taut, not too tight or not too loose. The tape must be flat on the skin and horizontal. Avoid pinching or compression of the skin. Take at least 2 measurements for the same and average the value. Be sure to use standardized site for measurement. Now, there are some standardized anatomical sites for girth measurement. Let's see. The first site is right forearm. Here, the girth should be measured at maximum bulk of the muscle around the lower arm or forearm by positioning the arm straight and extended from elbow in front of the body and facing palm up. The second site is right upper arm. It is also called as a bicep girth, which is measured at midpoint between shoulder and elbow with arm extended in front of the body and facing the palm upwards. For abdomen or a waist part, the horizontal line, which is 1 inch above the umbilicus, is used as a reference line, or the smallest circumference in this area is used for girth measurement. The measurement is taken at the end of the normal expiration. Now the fourth one is buttocks, or you can say hip or gluteal part. Here the largest horizontal plane around buttocks is used as a reference site, and subjects should have their heels together while measuring. Now the right thigh or the proximal thigh. Here the upper thigh or a side just below the gluteal fold at the maximum circumference is used with legs slightly apart. Then for lower leg region, right-sided calf is measured. Here, the largest horizontal plane on the right calf muscle, or usually midway between the knee and ankle, is used for circumference measurement. These were the 6th ideal measurement site for the girth. Now, there are some specific sites for knee joint or a muscle around knee joint to measure circumference in case of presence of swelling, effusion, atrophy or hypertrophy. Here you can take patella or joint line as a reference point. The first site is 15 cm or 6 inch below the apex of patella. Then at the level of apex of patella or joint line, here the joint line is more preferable as it is constant. Then 5 cm or 2 inch above the base of patella. Then 10 cm or 4 inch above the base of patella. Then 15 cm or 6 inch above the base of patella. And last one is 23 cm or 9 inch above the base of patella. These are also sites for knee circumferences. These are 16 cm above the patella and 10 cm below the tibial tuberosity. Then there are some sites for upper limb girth measurement. Here you can take elbow or olecranon process as a reference point. The sites are 10 cm above the elbow or olecranon process and 10 cm below the elbow or olecranon process. For peripheral girth measurement, the measurement should be taken on both the sides and a difference in the circumferences gives the objective evidence of vesting. These are all references for this video content. You can refer for more detail. That's all about this video. Students, if this video is helpful to you, like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new updates of my videos. Thank you for watching. See you soon in my next video.